Hello, this is a lesson video for lesson 104, Graphing Inequalities and Equations. The first thing we want to discuss when we talk about graphing is how to find the slope. Okay, the other word for slope that you need to know is average rate of change. Okay, and you may have heard this as m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, and or rise over run. So we simply are just going to plug in. If you remember, this is x1 and this is y1. This is x2 and this is y2. So we're going to plug those numbers in. So we'd have negative 6 minus 3 over 5 minus 2. Simplifying the top, we'd get negative 9 over 5 minus 3, which would give us negative 3. So the slope is negative 3. All right, now we're asked to graph. It's easiest to graph if we're in slope-intercept form. Okay, which is y equals mx plus b. As we talked about in lesson 102, we talked about how to solve for that y. So the first thing we're going to do is move everything that's not y to the other side, which first will be the 2x, and that's a plus 2x, so I'm going to subtract it. And then I will divide by 3 from both of them. And I like to rewrite it with the x in front, so that's in our form. And 6 divided by 3 is 2. Alright, now to graph. You can do this a variety of ways. You could find x values and solve to find the y value and plot the points. However, the quickest and easiest way is we know that m, this, is our slope, and this number, which is b, is the y-intercept. Okay, so the y-intercept, it's this line, this vertical line. So all we're going to do is we're going to, at 2, draw a point. Then from there we use the slope. If you remember on the last slide we talked about that slope was rise over run. So we're going to rise negative 2, which means we're going down 2. And then we'd go to the right 3, and we'd plot another point. And then we can do that again, down 2 to the right 3, and plot another point. Then all we have to do is connect our dots to draw our line. All right, now this one is an inequality. But we're going to graph it the same way we graphed 2x plus, or we graphed the last equation. To start out, before we connect our line, our dots, we're going to do something different. So we're going to go ahead. This is our y-intercept. So we'll plot the y-intercept, and then we'll go up 2 to the right 1. The also thing I could do is go down 2 to the left 1. Okay. Now, if you have a greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, you're going to draw a solid line. If it were just greater than or less than with no line underneath it, we would draw a dotted line or dashed line. Okay, this one is a solid, so I'll go ahead and draw my solid line. All right. Now what I like to do is I'd like to hold my pen on the y-intercept, and it says greater than. So if greater than is up So I'm going to shade the area where my arrow is. Okay, if it would have been less, I would have put my arrow downwards and I would have shaded that area. So it's very similar to drawing an equation of a line, just there's some extra things you do at the end.